You walk into a boat dealership and there it sits. A brand new center console, $65,000, gleaming white gelcoat under the Florida sun. The sales guy tells you it just came in from the factory, fresh off the line. And you believe him because why wouldn't you? It's new. It says new on the sticker. But here's what actually happened to that boat before you ever laid eyes on it. The factory repaired the gelcoat before it shipped. The trucking company scratched it during transport. The dealer buffed out the scratches, swapped a dead battery, cleaned mouse droppings out of the console, and charged you $5,000 in dealer prep for the privilege. And none of that is on any paperwork you'll ever see. When you add it all up, the hidden costs, the markups, the silent repairs, it comes to roughly $35,000 on a $65,000 boat. This is what they're actually fixing before they sell it to you. Let's start at the factory, because this is where the lie begins. Every single fiberglass boat that rolls off a production line gets gelcoat repairs before it ships. Every one. The factories have entire departments dedicated to fixing mold imperfections, air bubbles, and porosity in the gelcoat right after the hull comes out of the mold. On a white boat, you might never notice. But on darker colors, these repairs eventually show up as visible halos around the patched areas. One owner of a brand new 26-foot center console with twin Yamahas found 4-foot-long gelcoat repair lines running down each side of the hull. The factory's response was basically, sorry, it's cosmetic, and it gets worse than gelcoat. Buyers have found electrical tape color matched to the hull hiding spots where factory workers sanded through the finish. One surveyor documented a boat that wasn't even gel-coated at all. It was painted with visible overspray to hide factory defects. Another brand new boat showed up with a screw driven completely through the hull from the inside. Assembly error, under 50 hours on the engine. Now that boat has to get from the factory to the dealer, and that's where the next round of damage happens. Boats travel on flatbed trailers, sometimes for days. Road vibration concentrates all the stress at the bunk support points, which is the opposite of how a boat is designed to handle load in the water. Gelcoat chips, rub rail scratches, and keel damage happen on virtually every shipment. One buyer received his new boat with fuel pooling in the bilge from a cracked fuel system. That repair ran over $5,000. Here's the part that matters. Dealers have only 48 hours to file a shipping claim with the carrier. After that window closes, they eat the cost. So they fix it quietly, buff it out, touch it up, and roll it onto the showroom floor like nothing happened. You're not told because there's no legal requirement to tell you. But transport damage is just the start, because once that boat lands on the dealer lot, it starts deteriorating immediately. And as of late 2024, over half of all boat dealers reported their inventory levels were too high. That means thousands of boats sitting on open lots for 6, 12, even 18 months, baking in the sun and soaking up rain. Gelcoat starts oxidizing within 3 to 12 months without wax. Marine vinyl upholstery cracks and fades. E10 ethanol fuel. Phase separates in as little as 30 days, creating corrosive sludge inside fuel lines and tanks. Lead-acid batteries go dead. Mice and rats chew through wiring harnesses in the console. Mold grows under seat cushions even in sealed compartments. All of this gets cleaned up, buffed out, and replaced before you see the boat. And that's if the dealer is thorough. Some aren't. Now here's a loophole that should make your blood boil. If a boat has never been titled, it can legally be sold as new, regardless of how old it is or how many hours are on the engine. A boat that's been used as a demo for 2 years with 300 hours on the motors can still carry a new sticker as long as no one ever registered it. One former dealership employee posted online about a demo boat where the engine started a photo shoot day at 2 hours and ended at 11. By the time the boat finally sold, it had over 70 actual hours on it, but the hour meters showed 6. The holding tank still had human waste from the photographers. The factory break-in oil was never changed. He called it what it was: criminal and poor dealership practice. And your warranty? The clock may have already started ticking. Engine warranties can begin at dealer receipt, not your purchase date. Buy a 3-year-old leftover with a 10-year hull warranty, and you might actually have 7 years of coverage. Nobody at the dealership is volunteering that information. Let's talk about the fees, because this is where the math gets ugly. Dealer prep is the single most profitable hidden charge in the marine industry. What dealer prep actually costs is one technician, one day, somewhere between $300 and $1,000 in total labor and materials. What dealers actually charge ranges from $495 to almost $7,000. One Florida dealership charged $6,999 to prep a $52,000 Sylvan tritoon. Another dealer quoted $5,500 for a Yamaha jet boat that a competing dealer would prep for $599. Same exact boat. A former dealer employee admitted online that hard costs were already built into the selling price. Everything above that in prep and freight charges was pure profit used to pay salesman commissions. Parts and accessories are even worse. Industry data confirms dealer accessory margins run 30 to 50%, double what they make on the boat itself. An aftermarket T-top that costs $1,900 retail gets installed on a new boat for $5,000 to $8,000. A bilge pump that costs $40 to $70 as a part generates a $350. Dealer invoice. Marine mechanics earn about $26 an hour, but the shop bills you $120 to $180. If you're finding this helpful, hit subscribe. I cover what the boating industry doesn't want you to know every week. Here's the full damage on a $65,000 center console purchase. Dealer markup over invoice, roughly $7,800. First year depreciation. The moment you take delivery, about $9,750. Dealer prep overcharge, $1,500. Freight and destination, markup, $1,000. Documentation. Fees for 30 minutes of paperwork, $400. Accessories. Markup on $7,500 worth of add-ons, $2,500. Extended warranty marked up over 100%, $2,000. Finance reserve, where the dealer bumps your interest rate and pockets the difference, $2,500. Trade-in, undervaluation, $4,000. And sales tax calculated on the inflated total, another $600. Add it up. $33,550 on a $65,000 boat. So what do you actually do about this? First, get an independent marine survey on any boat you're buying, including new ones. Yes, new ones. It costs $300 to $500, and it's the single best money you'll spend. Second, finance through your credit union or bank before you walk into the dealership. The dealer finance office exists to make money off your loan, not to get you the best rate. Third, buy your electronics online and hire a mobile marine mechanic at $60 to $100 per hour to install them instead of paying the dealer $180. And fourth, never accept a dealer prep fee over $1,000 without a written, line-by-line itemization of every task they performed. The boating industry has no Carfax, no mandatory recall lookup by hull number, no independent quality surveys. The information gap between you and the dealer is where that $35,000 lives. Now you know where to look.